Welcome to Salt Tree Talk, Shoria Tree Talk. Shoria is the name of the commercial timber trees found in forests of India and Southeast Asia. The botanical genus Shoria is named after Governor General of Bengal during the colonial empire, East India Company, John Shore. From Shore, the name has been coined, the Shoria, as genus for the trees, which are known for the resinous wood, a durable termite-resistant wood, and very tall trees belonging to the family Dipterocarpaceae. Like Shoria, another genus which is very important for the commercial timber in Southeast Asia is Dipterocarpus. Dipterocarpus means di means two, pteron means wing, carpus means fruit. The fruit have the two well developed wings, basically developed from sepals. In case of Shoria, such wing number is 5, not 2. But even in case of Sal, Shoria, we have the winged fruits, and they are dispersed through wind, anemochory, or they are self-dispersing, autochory, or even dispersed by the animal, zoochory. In India, we have the 4 species. Most common is Shoria robusta, which is also known as Sal or Shal. And this was the tree which has been named even in Sanskrit variously as Agni Vallava. Even Ashvakarna, Karan means ear, Ash means horse. It has its another name Ashvakarnika. Even Dhupa Briksh. Dhupa Briksh because its resin, resinous excretion is used as incense. Dhoop as incense. So it is also known as Dhupa Briksh. It is also known as Sarj or Karsharya. Even in Hindi, its names vary. They are Sal or Shal, but even in Jharkhand, it is also known as Sakhu or Sakhua. In Udiya, it is called Sagua. In Kannada language, sal tree Shoria robusta is known as Asina or Gugula or Kaba. In Gujarati, it is called as a Rala or Ral because it has that resinous secretion called Ral, which is important as incense as well as used in medicinal purpose. In Telugu, this is known as Jalir Chetu, and Tamil name is Kangi Licham, and Punjabi Sal or Seral, whereas its Malayalam name is Mara Maram or Mula Puma Rutu. In Arabic language, it is called as Kakhar, and in Farsi, Persian, it is known as Lale Mohari, and in English, it is called as salt tree or Indian damar. So leaves are alternate, they are thickly coriaceous. Flowers are pale yellow, they are yellowish. Flowering season is March. Tree remains evergreen where there are the wet habitat, but in drier situations it acts as a deciduous tree. So it is leafless for a brief period during March-April before flowering. Its leaves have been traditionally used for making the cup and plates. As in Jammu, we usually use the Malungad patte, that is Maljan Bel Bahunia Vahlai. But in Tarai area elsewhere, even sal leaves are used for pattal doona making, even wrapping the materials. Its wood is used in the railways, railway lines, even boat making, ship building, carpentry work, household construction for doors and windows, furniture. So it is used even within India, and timber is also exported. Shoria robusta or Sal, seed viability is not very long. So the moment we get the seed, they need to be sown immediately. And for better germination, it is recommended to soak the seeds for 12 hours in water. This particular tree is damaged by the saw borer, one insect. This tree is very fire resistant, so it is not damaged much with the forest fires. So this particular Shoria robusta is more common in India, but we have another Shoria which is usually found in South India, peninsular India. It is called as Shoria roxburghi. Earlier it was called as Shoria tellura. It is also known by the name Tellura lac tree or as white marante, its timber. It is also found in Southeast Asia. This lac tree is also useful for the rearing of the lac insect. In Kannada language it is called as Aragina Mara or Jalari. In Tamil it is called as Talari or Talura or Kungati. In Telugu it is Jalari Chetu. Here the flowers are comparatively milky white. Petals are linear and they are contorted or twisted. Flower size is less than 1 centimeter. They are fragrant. Stamen number is 15. The capsule is winged with acrescent calyx. It is again adapted to fires. In Cambodia there is a particular forest after the name of Shoria roxburghi, which is called as Ban Dong Phayom. Ban means village, Dong means forest, Phayom means Shoria roxburghi. This particular Shoria has also been connected with Buddhism, and it is presumed under Theravada Buddhism. So it is the same tree under which Buddha's incarnation took birth. Another Shoria which is found in India is Shoria tambugia. This is found in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Tirupati Hills, Chittoor district, and in Tamil Nadu, Chengalpet district. Its wood is also useful as timber and carpentry works. Leaves are also used as eardrops. Bark is used for the treatment of ulcers. Resin is highly used in the treatment of duodenal ulcers. This is endangered species, Shoria tambugia. Another species which is found in India, that is towards northeast, and this is called as Shoria assamica. White marante is timber, and in Assami language it is called as mekai or mekoi or mekahi. This Shoria robusta, which is the common Shoria robusta, has many other medicinal uses. Its resin is also used as aphrodisiac. It is useful in leprosy, in skin troubles, and along with the bark of Kadamba, Sal and Arjun, its decoction is also recommended for the treatment of skin troubles and even the diabetes. This is anthelmintic also. Leaf extract is useful in ear troubles and also for the treatment of hiccups, especially the resin smoke. Resin is smoked for the treatment of hiccups. It is useful even in goiter. Shoria robusta under the name Shal or Sar or Agni Vallava Ashwakarana also stands mentioned in Charaka Sahinta. And this tree is presumed to be very dear to Lord Vishnu, and keeping in view this connectivity to Buddhism and Vishnu, it is very sacred, and its resin incense is used in various religious ceremonies in Uttarakhand, especially the Garhwal Himalayas. When we talk about other Shoria species which are found in Southeast Asia, overall we have more than 100 species of Shoria, and most of the species diversity is seen in Sri Lanka and Borneo. But most of those species are threatened with extinction. Either they are endangered, either they are vulnerable, and many of them, majority of them rather, they are critically endangered. So this is the trees genus Shoria, where we have about 24 threatened species. Either they are critically endangered or vulnerable. If we talk about Sri Lanka, then in Sri Lanka we have Shoria affinis as endangered. Shoria destica is also endangered. But another species, Shoria congestiflora, is critically endangered and is found in Sri Lanka. Rather, it is endemic, and in local language it is called a Tinia. Another species critically endangered, again found in Sri Lanka, is Shoria cordifolia. Shoria magistophylla is also critically endangered tree species of Sri Lanka. Another species of Sri Lanka which is critically endangered is Shoria trapezifolia, and even Shoria zelenica is also critically endangered. In Philippines we have Shoria contorta. In Southeast Asia we have Shoria siamensis, in Cambodia especially, which is also connected with Buddhism, and its tea is recommended to the ladies for easing the childbirth. Another species which is found in Borneo, which is endangered, is Shoria agami. Basically, J. Agama was the forest officer who served in Sabha Forest Department in Borneo, and in his honor, that species name is Shoria agami. Another species which is endangered in Sumatra, Malaysia, we see, that is Shoria bracteolata. Even Shoria confusa, found in Borneo under the name white meranti, is also endemic. Shoria cordata, critically endangered species from Borneo. Shoria dealwata is again critically endangered species from Sumatra, Malaysia, Borneo, and the popular timber trade name is white meranti. Shoria gratissima is again Sumatra, Thailand, Burma tree, and it is endangered. Shoria lamellata is critically endangered species found in Sumatra and Malaysia, and Shoria acracia is endemic to Borneo. Shoria resinosa is again another species which is highly critically endangered. Shoria symingtoni is another which is critically endangered species endemic to Sabha Island in Malaysia. Shoria virescens is found in Borneo, Philippines. Another species, Shoria isoptera, it is again critically endangered and endemic to Borneo forests. Shoria asahi is another which is again critically endangered. Shoria biawak, it is endangered and endemic to Borneo. Shoria ladiana is critically endangered, endemic to Borneo, and Shoria levis, found in Burma, Thailand, and Malaysia, but it is not endangered. But there are many other species For example, Shoria maxwelliana, which is endangered and found in Malaysia. Shoria micans is another, again Borneo Shoria, and critically endangered. Shoria brunescens, endangered from Borneo forest. Shoria calcicola is again endemic to Borneo. Shoria falcifera is again endangered. Shoria geniculata, critically endangered. Shoria hypolica, critically endangered species. Shoria inappendiculata is critically endangered. Shoria obscura is again endangered tree species. We have Shoria bullata from Borneo, critically endangered tree. Shoria superba, again critically endangered from Sabah. It is the tallest one, 84-meter height also. Another vulnerable species is Shoria macrophylla. It is called as light red maranti. Another is Shoria smithiana. It is again critically endangered species and commonly known as the red maranti. It is found in Malaysia and Borneo. Another species, Shoria stanopatera, endangered. Shoria glauca, endangered. Shoria acuta, critically endangered species from Borneo. Shoria argentifolia is endangered from Sabah Islands. It is called as dark red maranti. Shoria induplicata is again critically endangered tree from Borneo. Shoria diaspora is also critically endangered Borneo tree species. Shoria polyandra is again critical tree species from Borneo. Shoria revoluta is another, which is again critically endangered species. Shoria foraminifera is again critically endangered and same locality, Southeast Asia, Borneo Islands. Shoria uliginosa is vulnerable, Southeast Asia. Shoria rotundifolia is critically endangered from Borneo. We have Shoria falcata found in Vietnam, critically endangered species. Shoria squamata found in Philippines is critically endangered. Shoria maxima is again endangered. It is called yellow maranti, a timber name. And another species, Shoria stipularis, is again critically endangered species found in Lanka, Sri Lanka. And Shoria splendida is also found, which is endangered species. And Shoria tambugia is Indian species, but it is again endangered. Shoria worthingtoni, endangered species again from Sri Lanka. And another endangered species, Shoria submontana, is found in Malaysia. So we see these Shoria robusta trees have been heavily exploited for timber trade. They have been, even the habitat stands, land use stands changed over the years. So most of the species of Shoria, they are either critically endangered or endangered or in the vulnerable category. So there is a need to conserve the critically endangered species in the botanical gardens, in the herbal gardens, so that the diversity within the genus Shoria can be conserved, and such locations, biodiversity gardens or herbal gardens or botanical gardens, will also act for further studies on various species of Shoria.